Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Java. I'm CT. He is Dodd somewhere under that safari hat.
I am here. Hello, friends.
Welcome, everybody, joining us on the old video on the Traveling East Productions YouTube, Traveling East Productions Rumble channel, as well as live on Facebook. This show is live and in your face. And all of you in Radio Land over there at KYRO, 1280 AM, 105.3 FM, ... Better put my phone on mute.
Hey, that is a fantastic idea.
Hey, I just got a message on my phone. It says, Traveling East Productions just started a live video on Rumble.
Whoa, you know what? I just got that same message.
Dude, that's spooky.
Whoa, man.
It's a conspiracy.
Probably is.
Those damn conservatives over there at Traveling East.
I hate those guys.
The ones that won't allow a liberal show on their network. How dare they?
They're just so mean.
They're such bullies. Such bullies.
So what you know this week, buddy?
So I air fried one of those sirloins.
Yeah?
It worked really well. Like, I didn't feel like firing up the grill, man. And it was tired. I got home. I was like, I really want this sirloin, but I don't feel like taking the time to fire up the grill and do all of that. And I was like, I'll try the air fryer. So I prepped it as normal, wiped it down real good, patted it dry.
Yeah.
Let it sit out for a little while to get room temperature. Rubbed it down with some olive oil. Doused it with the old steak and prime rib,
Sounded
prime
pretty
rib and
good,
steak
yeah.
from Smoking Butts, really well. And then fired up the air fryer at 400 degrees, and stuck it in there for 10 minutes.
Yes?
It was a beautiful rare.
Really?
I could have gone longer.
But
it's a beautifully thick steak, so I could have gone a little bit longer, but I'm okay with rare. Rare doesn't bother me. It's anything past medium rare, I can't. It's shoe leather.
So about 10 minutes on your minimum side.
Yeah, at 400 degrees, and it had that beautiful crust on it. The fat had caramelized.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Really?
And it was, so good. Had some pinto beans with some red chili sauce in it, onion, and sprinkled it with a little Mexican mixed cheese,
No, that sounds pretty good.
It was,
Yeah.
it was a dandy meal. It was so good, I took half of it to work the next day.
Nice.
'Cause those are big steaks.
Yeah.
Those sirloins over there at in Ellsbury at Penrod's are
Yeah.
amazingly large.
Mm.
And amazingly good.
Well, that's the
I
big.
usually don't get a sirloin because it tends to be a tougher piece of meat than, say a ribeye, of course. But I'm definitely enjoying theirs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll definitely get that before I'll eat a sirloin before I'll ever eat a T-bone.
I don't like T-bones.
I don't either. They have no flavor.
No.
Like no natural flavor. Like you could take a ribeye
And just cook it
and
with
you
salt
don't
and
have
pepper.
to put anything on it.
Yeah.
And it's a great steak. You can take a T-bone, don't put anything on it, and it's just blah.
It's just I'm gonna be honest, I know this sounds ridiculous. I hate cooking steaks with the bone in them. Like
Really?
it really annoys me.
What about like a tomahawk?
No.
Really?
No.
What is it about the bone?
It's really nerdy.
Okay.
So the bone gets hotter because
Okay.
of it being a porous material, which means that section of the meat is always going to cook way faster than the rest of it, and it just ticks me off because then I don't have an even cook through the entire steak. I know that's stupid and that's totally like...
So just take the tomahawk, cut the bone off, and just eat your ribeye.
Yeah.
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 I mean, okay. I guess.
That's it.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't believe how beautiful it was.
I can see that.
Had that really it gave you that really crispy outside. The texture was wonderful.
I do very much love a crispy outside on a steak.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me sadder than when you have like a gray cooked outside on a steak and you're like, no, It's not how you do that. Makes me sad in my heart.
So we immediately went into food porn.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm okay with that. That doesn't hurt my feelings any.
Tell you what, last night I had something. I've not been over there, but last night I was working a private event, and somebody, the restaurant over Chubby's, it's been bought by those two girls that bought Chubby's, right?
Yes.
Well, they brought over all of their stuff from their Saturday night or Friday night buffet they do. Fish, frog legs, fried shrimp.
Good?
The best fried fish I've ever had.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
When do they do this?
They apparently do it on Friday nights. They do like a full Friday night buffet style.
I wish I'd have known that. I'd have gone over there.
Well, I didn't know it, but they do it every Friday night.
So let's go next Friday night.
Yes, and it was fantastic.
Because I got tired of Chubby's. I couldn't go anymore.
No, it kind of like when they were getting, you could tell they were done doing it. And these two young girls bought this business, and they have turned it into something amazing.
Well, here's the thing. Chubby's was never the same after it moved.
Correct.
Like, the food was not the same.
No.
The atmosphere wasn't the same. The food wasn't the same. Because I used to love to go to the old building over there off of 61.
Yeah.
And when they decided to cut off that road and they had to move, then it just really, it hurt them.
Mm.
And everything went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Because, boy, you could go over there and sit on that one side, where the breakfast side over there.
Yeah.
And, man, breakfast over there was always just a game. It was always so fun to go over there for breakfast. You'd be like, you could not even have any coffee in your system and sit down and have a good time because, I mean, they're bouncing rolls off your head. They're just like, oh, it's your own fault. You didn't see it coming. It was great fun. They just made it so fun.
Yes, they did.
And then it changed. And it seemed like their food was all out of the freezer after a while in this new place.
Yeah. It's, they brought all of that stuff over. They also brought over the sides, like mashed potatoes, gravy.
Was it a chunky mashed potato?
It was a homemade mashed potato. It was not a box.
Skin? No.
Brown gravy.
Ooh. How was the brown gravy?
Very homemade.
Savory?
Yes. Savory and thick.
It wasn't that orange stuff that you see.
Nope. I mean, it looked like something your grandma made. It was good. The green beans were flavorful, had onions, bacon, all that good stuff.
No.
Fantastic. I don't know what they did to the corn, but it was good. Like it was.
You're not normally a corn eater, though.
No, I'm not. And it was just loose corn. It was fantastic. It had the appropriate flavor that corn should have with some spice. So there you go.
I think I need to go over there and
Chubby's. There's your way to go, dude.
I need to go over there and get them as a sponsor. Then.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Ooh, Trax, you're going to have some competition on... No, I'm just kidding. I will take Trax every time on Trax is just like the perfect food for election night.
Yes, it is.
Like, I don't want anything... Like, it's the pizza, the wings, everything is just... It's perfect for election night. It's all easy to... great stuff. Hey, speaking of sponsors, a big thank you to all those that make these shows available to all of you out there. Safe Harbor Insurance in Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters in Winfield, Blue Lion Lawn Care all over the darn place, and of course, out of Canada, our good friend Phil, original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, and last but not least, always on the back burner, but still available, Pickle on the Run.
Indeed.
So, and every once in a while, our buddy Lee in his smoking butt. I will give him a plug because I just love his product so much.
He made your air fried steak beautiful.
He makes every steak that I have beautiful. Even my pork steaks, everything is just beautiful.
Yeah.
The vegetables. Just throwing his seasonings on. You call it a rub, but it's a seasoning. It really is. It's just a seasoning. And you throw it on some broccoli or some cauliflower and just douse it with it, and it's just amazing.
Just good.
Oh, that was the other thing. In those pinto beans, I doused it with a little bit of the holy jalapeno.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah. just to give it that little extra,
Jalapeno goes well with pintos, I think. I think that
with what?
With pinto beans, that light heat that you get from jalapenos, I think it's nice.
I think jalapeno goes well with a lot of things. Like I'll sprinkle it on a pizza, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Broccoli, it's really actually pretty good on that too. Sprinkle it on some corn.
Yeah.
You get a good sweet corn and then douse it with just a little bit of that jalapeno.
Well, that doesn't sound bad at all.
All right. So that was 15 minutes of food.
Well, we're glad you guys enjoyed the food.
Anywho.
Beautiful day today.
It is. It's going to be a little cooler. This weather's coming in. Boy, a lot going on over there on the coast, huh?
Whew, man.
What was it? West Virginia, just getting nailed.
They're getting hammered. Landfall of hurricane in Florida made its way up. Did you see the video of the flooding in Tennessee?
Oh.
That was unbelievable. That hurricane maintained power all the way up through Nashville.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And we're getting remnants.
Yeah.
And here's the weird thing, though. It's kind of staying put. It's not really moving that much.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's just hanging out, but it's not really.
It's because this is the last pope. It's the end of days. And now, that's what it is.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Anyway, I was just trying to be dramatic. Was that dramatic?
Nah.
Okay. I tried. But yeah, I was watching some of the devastation, houses floating, cars being whisked away. What's the death toll up to? Do we know yet?
I don't know.
Well, I feel for all those people. I really do.
Yep. It's
terrible.
definitely been quite a storm.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
But for today, we have relatively nice weather. It's definitely going to be cooler. I believe we have a bit. It's going to stay overcast today.
Is it?
Currently at 66 degrees in Winfield, which is, beautiful compared to what we've had for a while. It looks like we're going to get up to about 75 today, 74. And then if we just kind of take a peek, because I know people care sort of what the weather looks like, just a little bit. And it looks like today we've got about a 60% chance of rain carrying out for today. And then tomorrow it looks like we're going to be at 77. It's going to be sitting an 80% chance of rain again tomorrow. Hey, and then by Monday it's partially cloudy and the sun is out on October 1st. So, there you go.
So, fun day in court for Letitia James v. Trump, huh?
Oh, please tell that story.
$454 million fraud judgment. And did you hear the words of the panel?
No.
Well, you got one judge sitting there going, okay, look, basically, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know his exact words, but basically from what I heard, it was basically, look, there's no victim here. So this has no basis. So I'm pretty sure these are going to get thrown out.
That's awesome.
But they asked for a panel. I think it was a five judge panel. Perfect.
Yeah.
And so the one judge is just sitting there kind of laying out the whole thing. Well, it's not like this case or that case where this person was frauded and this person lost money, but nobody lost money. It didn't hurt anybody. There was no victim. So I don't understand why this is here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Letitia James, you're going to get removed from office eventually. That's impressive.
Well, you couple that with, what's his name, Eric Adams?
Well,
my point in this, hold on, we'll get into it. But here's the thing with this. Have you noticed, other than Trump, the only politicians or anybody being brought up on charges are Democrats? It is this. The Democratic Party has become so criminal. It's ridiculous. These people are cheating everywhere, taking money, taking bribes. It's insane. It's that old adage. Remember when your mother told you, don't point your finger because there's three pointing back at you? And so everything that they have accused Trump or Republicans of, they're the ones that are actually guilty of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm watching this and I'm watching it unfold and I'm seeing, this mayor here and this senator here and they're all Democrats.
Every one of them.
This shooter and this shooter and this shooter and this shooter, they're all Democrats.
Yep.
Oh, but let's make war on guns and Republicans.
Right.
Specifically Trump.
Uh-huh. Interesting thing.
So Eric Adams is done.
Oh, yes.
He is done.
Yeah. But here's the thing we have to remember about Eric Adams being done. He's being prosecuted by Biden's DOJ, which means he became no longer useful.
Correct.
And they want to put, you know who they want to put in the spot, right? Former governor of New York, Cuomo. He has been talking nonstop about, well, if something happened and there wasn't someone good running for office, like Eric Adams, then I would put in for it. Well, if Adams chose not to run again, then I would absolutely run. Now, what we know about the governor...
So it's the setup.
Yeah, this is... All of that stuff, the campaign stuff was there. The DOJ knew about it. Everybody knew about it. And they just held it and waited until he wasn't their puppet. And he kind of pushed back just a little bit on the millions of illegals getting dumped into New York City. And boom, they shut him up. I mean, I know that's what I see from the outside. You've got this guy who is a super lefty. And you've got Biden's DOJ prosecuting. Well, fill in the blanks there.
So, apparently some backlash, mainly from Musk, from Elon. But did you see where Minneapolis has their first non-citizen officer?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Let me guess. He's Somalian, right?
Probably.
No, I saw that as I was driving here, and I didn't read the article, but I knew you would have hit it. So I'm like, this is going to be fantastic.
Well, Elon compared what's happening now to the fall of the Roman Empire, which, geez, how many times have we said it?
Yeah.
Because Democrats are now hiring non-citizens to serve in the police force. America's 248 years old. Average empires last 250. That's just the way that it is. Minneapolis Police Department swore in its first, not only was the officer Somalian, but it was a Somalian female. So, talk about a DEI hire.
Wow.
But let's call it what it is. Non-citizen. Illegal alien.
Yes.
That's what it really is.
Yes.
Leslie Vera is her name. Another one, a Mexican immigrant. What could go wrong, right? So I'm looking through here. Elon said, near the fall of the Roman Empire, the Roman army also increasingly relied on non-citizens.
Yep.
Now this was post European evacuation of the Roman Empire. This is post Germany.
Yeah.
When they went into Germany. This is not long, but post. So it's
Interesting.
It's going to be interesting to watch and see the career and see what happens if we have 2 years of any kind of TV coverage. We'll see what happens. But
it's going to be interesting to see how many more super lefty cities follow suit. Which, sort of opens a lot of questions. If you've got a illegal running in your police department, I have a few questions.
Oh.
Like, how did you get by the illegal alien in possession of a firearm?
Well, how was she qualified?
That's interesting.
What training did she go through to be qualified?
Well, even if she went through
her certs and everything, where'd that come from?
Well, even if she went through their police academy, which in a large city like that, I'm sure she did, it's irrelevant because a non-citizen cannot.
I know exactly what they did. I'll tell you exactly what they did. They sent her to Artesia, to that blue state, New Mexico, and that's where she was trained. That would have been easy to do.
Well, there could be that. Strange
and unusual circumstances. But anyways, we're going to send our friends over at KYRO off to a little break, and we're going to continue right here on the video. If you want to continue watching, join us over on Traveling East Productions Facebook, Traveling East Productions Rumble, or Traveling East Productions YouTube channel, where you can watch this show in its entirety. We'll be bowing out early today, about 10:30. I guess there's a game, college game, football.
Yes.
Woof woof. I have no idea who's playing, nor do I care. But
they're going to play the foosball.
They're going to play the foosball with the foosball.
There you go.
That's what.
That's what Baba Boucher says.
That's what Baba Boucher's mama said. That foosball gonna
is the devil.
Anyways, we'll see ya. All right, so it's the devil. Oh,
my mama said foosball.
My mama said foosball with the devil.
How's it go? Mama said foosball the devil, and I like playing foosball. And my mama said Becky's the devil, and Becky showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
And I like them too.
I love
Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt, that was it. I love that movie. I hate football with a passion. I love The Waterboy.
I love the scene where they're sitting down at dinner, and this big old snake is just all coiled on the table, all cooked. Head and all.
Uh-huh.
It's like a big old python or something.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. That's such a funny movie.
Apparently they're making Happy Gilmore too.
I saw that. I did see that. The upside is, since it is, what's his name? The main guy in it.
Oh, yeah.
The upside is you could probably go to it and it'll be funny and not woke because he doesn't do woke stuff.
No, he just does funny.
Yeah. So, I'll take it.
Oh, I'm definitely going to watch that. I started watching, and I hate to even admit this, but I have to. Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot.
Oh, that's
the newest one?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, Jay has a child in it. She's like 18 years old.
Oh, that's
Honey Boo Boo, whatever the heck her name was. Yeah, she had a child of his. So yeah, there's that. Quite funny.
So pretty big breaking news that
Which
is
one?
out this morning. Shipbuilder discovers vessels.
I was just going to talk about that too.
Yeah, it provided to the U.S. Navy may intentionally have been sabotaged during production.
Newport.
Yeah, evidence suggests so. As a memo released Tuesday by the Assistant Secretary of the Navy Research, Development, and Acquisition to the Secretary, blah, 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 blah.
Basically, what they're saying is the welds did not meet their standards.
Yeah.
The company, quote, took immediate action to communicate with our customers and regulators, investigate, determine root cause, bound these matters, and insert immediate corrective actions to prevent any recurrence of these issues. It was on one of 2 nuclear shipyards in the United States.
Mm.
They said that in the memo, it stated that it characterizes intent rather than sheer negligence as the problem.
Mm.
And there's where the line is between
Yeah.
intent and negligence.
Yes. Wow.
But wouldn't that be easy to find out who did isn't that, I mean, those shipyards, like, you sign off on who's doing what. So if the welds were done by a certain person, wouldn't you know?
Yeah.
Some BizPack review is saying that it could be DEI.
Mm.
DEI policies if it's negligence. Also, DEI could also push towards on purpose. So
Yeah.
depending on, because we know a lot of the DEI hires are, well, let's just say it, they're lefty.
Yeah. Or remember, they're actively working for a foreign government, like what we saw in the intelligence community inside both the Biden and Obama administrations. Known foreign operatives working in the business of counterterrorism.
Yeah, how's that work?
I have no idea.
So there's a film out, Vindicating Trump.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch that. There's a interview that's out today.
Is that Dessous that released that?
Yes. D'Souza.
Oh.
Jim Hoft is interviewing him.
Sweet.
So that should be interesting. I need to go watch that. I have not. Something that came across my TV that I noticed, and I haven't seen anything on it in the news, and I posted on it a question, and all I got was a bunch of backlash when I merely asked a question. But it's, have you noticed now I have to get a seasonal, they're promoting a seasonal COVID shot as well as your seasonal flu shot.
Yes.
And then I had somebody ask me, say the stupidest line I've seen. Well, people claim it's a flu. It's not a flu. Corona is a flu. It's characterized as a flu. It's defined as a flu.
Well,
coronavirus.
You can't fix
COVID is a coronavirus. Coronavirus is a flu.
You can't fix idiots. I mean, you can try, but it just
Well, the dumb thing is it's people who are supposed to be in the news business who don't know the news, they're just so blinded by this lefty view.
They just regurgitate what some other lefty says.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
If they paid attention to what was really good and was really economical, like, for instance, okay, let's talk Kamala's economic plan. Now, when I say Kamala's economic plan, I mean the fruit salad of words that she uses to get around even answering any question relevant to an economic plan.
Well, I grew up in a middle-class
She claims
neighborhood.
that this school and this place back her economic plan as being the greatest thing ever or whatever. And the school says, no. As a matter of fact, Trump's plan is the one that works.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What plan? She has never once even stated a plan.
No.
But yet all these liberals sit there and say, oh, it's a great plan. She's going to make it great, blah, blah. What plan?
Yep.
She has never told us a single thing.
No, she is not.
Not a step-by-step, not even any kind of acknowledgement of any kind of action, forward action, or anything. No plan. Basically, well, I come from a middle class family.
Yeah,
I claim to be black, but guess what? Candace Owens found out that I'm not in any way, shape, or form black.
Yeah.
Did you see any of that?
I did watch that.
Ooh. I am having a great time watching the black community turn on her now. Talk about, what's the word that they use? Appropriation? Okay, let's turn it back on you. How's that for appropriation? I'm the first black female running for president. Apparently you're not.
You're not.
You're as black as Hillary Clinton.
Pretty much. I was like, well, this is interesting.
The only black that's been in her is, what's his name?
Very. Did you see the IDF whacked the head of Hezbollah?
I did see that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I was watching some of that last night, some of the what was going on. So they whacked the head of Hezbollah, most of the top leaders of Hezbollah, and probably last night or this morning or currently, they are blowing the crap out of Lebanon, Beirut in particular, which
tear it up.
Basically, what has happened is they stockpiled massive amounts of weapons under, like in parking garages of apartments.
Uh-huh.
So the IDF dropped leaflets and sent out information and said, hey, at this time we're going to blow the crap out of these buildings. Just FYI, you guys shouldn't be there. So there was that. That was pretty big breaking news for the day. I was like, well, taking care of that problem. Now, it's not being reported on the pundit, but it was out there pretty big last night that several U.S. warships came under fire from Iranian missiles as well as Iranian drones. Of course, they weren't damaged and there were no injuries reported because, well, that's what automated deck guns do for you. But that was pretty big. That was breaking at like midnight, give or take.
Now we don't pay attention to polls a whole lot because we know how polls normally go. But I'm only going to bring this one up because it is one of the biggest polls in the country, Gallup. But I'll bring it up because this is really interesting because for the first time, according to Gallup, for the first time, more Americans identify with the Republican Party than the Democrat Party. And this is for the first time in recorded history, according to Gallup, which we have never seen out of Gallup before. It's always been left-leaning. So I just found it interesting for that to happen.
Interesting.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen that out of Gallup. And let's, to be fair, Gallup has usually been pretty. It's not one of the worst ones.
No.
Politically, they're all bad, but on its other polls and things like that Gallup usually comes up with, is usually pretty good. But this is the first time, and it's pretty. Most of the issues that were mentioned now, and this is crazy. Economy and immigration. which are the biggest issues.
Yeah.
In 2020, it was COVID-19. 2016 was the economy and the election. Economy. Iraq war in 2004. Education in 2000. Crime in 96. Unemployment in the Cold War in 84. Inflation in 80 and 76. Which I find funny because Biden and his cronies or whatever, who do his pages, announced that, greatest economy, blah, blah, blah. And so I posted on there, I said, because I love to troll Biden, is that why everything costs 3 times as much? And you know what all I got back from everybody, from the Democrats? Oh, why didn't you ask the companies who are making record amounts of money this year? So you're still going to blame it on the companies.
Yep.
You're still blaming it on them, even though the cost to make those products has tripled as well. So they have to in turn turn around and raise the prices, which in turn makes the cost to the grocery store buying it go up in prices, which now they have to pass that on to you. Wait a minute. No, we can't use the word trickle down because Reagan was wrong, right?
Apparently.
Any who's a what's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Imagine that.
Google's under fire again.
Oh, what did they do this week?
Well, this time Trump.
Oh.
For illegally manipulating the search results to favor Kamala Harris. And he says that if he is elected, he will go after Google for election interference.
Ooh. Wow. Wow.
Google is just been completely ridiculous.
Yeah, they are pretty much, they do whatever they want.
How about that border visit?
No. Oh, yes. It
kind of backfired, don't you think?
I don't think it really went well.
Do you really think it was smart of her to bring the focus back to the border? Like, she should have never done this. Like, people weren't really, it was on there, but it wasn't. Now she's bringing the focus back to it.
Right.
Wrong thing to do.
Not a smart move. Like, not even a little bit. And I saw it and I was like, what are you doing? Like, is she just hoping that the open border people that she has will see that and be like, yay?
Well, she's trying to get the support of the cartels. Maybe that's how the missiles got across the border. Speaking of that.
Yeah, that's an interesting story.
So apparently, was it 9?
9.
9 missiles, apparently, from 2 sources, claiming that 9 missiles made it across the border, whose intended purpose is Trump's plane.
Yep. These are shoulder fire surface to air missiles with radar.
Thank you. Yeah.
Interesting. So, how did they get across the Nevada port of entry or New Mexico port of entry? That's weird. And those are the 9 you know about. Nobody knows where they are.
Nope.
That's weird.
So Trump says he thinks it's the Sinaloan cartel. Others believe it's Iranian or Syrian, because these is it Syria that they came from? Can't remember.
I thought it was pretty weird.
And it could be just Trump deflecting so that it gives more time, takes the attention, diverting.
Off of the airstrike he's going to carry out on day one.
Right. Day freaking one. I will always remember the greatest thing I ever saw on TV was Reagan. The bombing will commence in 10 minutes. What? Oh, yeah, I sent them a few hours ago. Yeah. No warning, no nothing. Just the bombing will commence in 10 minutes.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Trump is the type of guy, though, to go, the bombing, it's already been done.
And they're like, you've been sworn in as president for 6 minutes. He's like, yeah. It's been going on for 6 minutes now.
It's a big glass bowl.
I win.
Because we're all winners here.
Because we're all winners. You want to see the losers? Where is Kamala?
America.
Kamala, are you? Oh, no, she's with the rest of the losers.
America. That's okay.
It's pretty funny. I was like, wow.
It's funny because you still have these people on the left claiming that Trump is a fascist, Trump is going to be a dictator, so on and so forth. And Joy Reid, MSNBC host, she went on another tirade basically claiming if Trump is elected, it's going to result in a Hitlerian dictatorship.
So why didn't he do that the first time? Oh. Sorry, we can't use history to judge current things, I guess. I guess.
I got nothing, dude. I don't know. I just don't know.
I think they just make up crap and say it. And they're just like, yeah, I'm going to make up some stuff and we're just going to say it. And then people are going to believe it because we're all just going to keep saying it over and over and over and over again. Yeah, it seems about accurate.
Ron Wyden, Senator of Oregon.
Okay.
He's trying to push a bill that will end up packing the U.S. Supreme Court.
Oh, come on. Back to this again.
Yeah. Basically, the bill would add 6 judges to the court over the course of a few years. What this is again, them trying to add numbers to the court. More judges, basically, upping the amount of judges we already have. Claiming that it's to fix the court's image when we know it has nothing to do with fixing the court's image. This is all about politics. It's about ensuring that the Supreme Court is primarily Democrat.
Right. Well, that seems like just a fantastic, terrible idea.
Well, Democrats, what do you it is what it is.
Ugh.
Did you see the story about the plane that landed in the highway in California?
It kind of gave me a bit of a chuckle. Yes.
It did me too, only because guess what was on it, guys? Drugs.
Drugs. So many drugs.
So many drugs. Sinaloa cartel drugs.
Drugs.
Being flown in across the border. Close the border. Which is what Trump is saying, that he is going to close the border.
Yes, he is. At his most recent rally, he just went out after it.
Michigan auto worker basically said that these illegal immigrants are hurting American workers like him. He recently laid off, apparently. And He was laid off because they're getting immigrants to work cheaper, putting people out of work. But they're not hurting our economy. They're helping our economy. I'm not understanding that concept. I don't think that Democrats really understand economics and how it works.
No. I don't believe they do. Like, at all.
Because apparently prices are great. The economy's doing great.
That's why
unemployment is great.
That's why everything costs 3 times as much.
Well, it hasn't changed in 4 years. The hell it hasn't.
No, really? I've had a serious shortage of beef in my life in the last 3 years.
I refuse to have a shortage of beef in my life. No, I'm just kidding. It happens. I have found myself eating more chicken, fish, veggies. Because I used to eat a lot of steak. Love steak. Love burger. You know?
Yeah.
Can't afford it.
No. No, not at all. It's ridiculous. Seriously. Just the price of basic goods has increased so heavily that I know in your brains you're like, no, it really hasn't gone up that much, has it? Yeah, it has. And if you actually pay attention to what you spend, you'll realize how much it's actually gone up.
54 people were rescued from the roof of a hospital in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That storm we were talking about.
Yeah, apparently they had some super flash flooding in northern Tennessee. It was in kind of out there by the North Carolina border.
Rooftop level stuff.
Yeah. Definitely saw that. I kind of unexpected on that one.
How about that ethics committee investigation?
Oh, you mean the one that Matt Getz goes crazy on?
Quote, I will no longer voluntarily participate in this regrettable abuse of the committee.
Yeah. Well, he has a valid point.
I don't understand. Like, the government is the last entity in this country, them and the Catholic Church, to ever investigate anything called ethics.
Yeah. And
they should have nothing to do with ethics whatsoever, because you don't even know what the word freaking means.
Well, and what's funny is everything that they investigate, they're like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. Well, it wasn't fine. That's why it's an ethics committee. So, what's up? What'd you do? I think it's kind of a big deal. But, nobody seems to really notice what's going on. Have you noticed how you're not hearing anything out of the committee on the weaponization of the...
Of course not.
DOJ?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Because the DOJ is their tool. That is their weapon.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And we keep seeing this over and over and over. If nothing else, the Eric Adams case should be enough to point it in your direction. I mean, come on. Totally have weaponized the entire DOJ under the direction of Merrick Garland. We have sworn statements from people under Merrick Garland of how they were told to lie to Congress, how they were told to lie in press conferences, relating to immigration, relating to numbers, everything.
Apparently, there's a 180-page hit piece on Trump.
Yeah.
Jack Smith is trying to get a redacted version of it released
A redacted version.
Why does it need to be redacted?
Sounds like it must be a great big old pile of not real.
And who's going to redact it?
Right.
Doesn't that benefit the redactor?
Yeah, normally.
Those that have ordered the redaction?
Typically, yes.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Very much. I can't believe Jack Smith is even still floating around.
It's crazy.
Like, is he just trying to find something so hopefully Trump loses for him and he doesn't get immediately prosecuted by the new DOJ?
Well, Fox released a new poll also.
Oh, really?
On Hispanic voters.
Mm.
Basically saying that Harris is losing with the Hispanic support. They have Trump up 51% of the Hispanic voters, which is odd, considering the border thing.
Well,
but here's the thing: how many of these Hispanic vote? I mean, let's honestly look at this.
Right.
There is a ton, millions of Hispanic voters who are citizens.
Yep.
Now, do you not think that these people cross the border hurt their jobs?
Definitely.
I know older Hispanics who are not for that. So there is that. Anyways, we're going to send our folks over at KYRO off to their little top of the hour break there.
Yes.
It looks like Phil's over there on the other wall, so we're going to bring him in as soon as their little break is over, and we'll hear about what's going on up there. He's also in the middle of a move, by the way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Be sure to keep watching us on Rumble or on YouTube, Facebook, of course, Traveling East Productions. You can watch that section while they go to news, and then we will come back with Phil Mullen.
Phil Mullen. Stay awake. Not woke. KYRO, we'll see you when you get back. All right, so there's that. Now, when they come back on, we'll bring Phil in.
Sounds like a fantastic idea.
About 6 minutes, I think. I don't know.
Nice.
Whatever. Because they're listening to Fox News right now.
Of course they are. They got that top of the hour coming in.
Yeah, because, it's important. So is that college football game.
Well, yeah. Actually, it looks like it's Winfield versus Holt. It's a local game.
Oh, I thought it was a college game.
No, it looks to be a high school game.
Okay, that I'll support.
Yeah.
If it's a local.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing over here in your bottom blue section that covers my whole screen.
Like, is it a live game?
I believe it is.
Cool. It's not one of their little replays?
No, they had a replay Thursday night. Yeah.
Well, Groovus Maximus.
Whoa, that's seriously groovy.
Yeah, that's maximally. Groovus Maximus. That's my attempt at Latin today.
Wow.
Michigan ballots will now only be counted with proof of signature verification.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal considering how much the Michigan Secretary of State has tried to just cheat their ass off.
Exactly. The RNC actually won another lawsuit on that against what's her face? Jocelyn Benson.
Yep.
Secretary of State. But Michigan, there you go. Good job. I need to go back because I didn't watch it, but I want to watch that. It's funny. You look at the image of the people attending what Trump is calling a town hall meeting, whereas you look at a town hall meeting from Kamala Harris, and she can't even fill a high school gym.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Interesting. She's got to bust people in for anybody to see her.
Yeah, it's weird too. Let's bus people from all over the country in to make my rallies look like people are showing up to them.
Huh.
That being said, remember when Biden was having like 25 people show up to his rallies?
Oh, remember the doctored footage in front of the planes? That was great.
Yeah.
You can see the what do you call it, off the plane. You could see that was bouncing off the plane, the image, and there's nobody there. Nobody. But yet there's people photoshopped in.
Yeah.
Reflection. Yeah. Great.
Maybe they were all vampires.
Massive voter registration shift.
Oh?
Republicans gain 400,000. Democrats lose 3.5 million. Independents surge by 1.8 million. And this is all from 2020 to 2024 in 30 states.
Oh. That's creepy.
Yes and no. I'm good. I'm glad to see third parties growing. But I want to see these third parties actually take a stance on something and not just play the solid, we're going to walk the fence.
I mean, that would be cool.
It would be, but the only problem is most of these third parties are more conservative than they are liberal. So all you're doing is ensuring a Democrat win when you vote. And we've been over this so many times. I'm not even going to go over it again. I'm sorry. But a point still remains. That surge of 1.8 million, if you're actually going to vote on a national level and you're going to vote third party, you just wasted a conservative vote.
Yeah, you did.
And you actually just voted for a Democrat.
You did.
So there you have that. Trump said that is stating that because of the open border policy.
Yeah.
Now this is right in front of. He said this right before her visit to the Arizona border, that she lost 325,000 children.
Yeah, what's up with that?
This is a. He spoke at the. This is a press conference that he had at Trump Tower, which would have been on Thursday.
Okay.
27/26. Yeah, Thursday. Quote, she's going there to try and convince people that she wasn't as bad as everybody knows she was. She was the worst in history. She's going to call for increased border security during scheduled remarks. He says that she should save her airfare. Basically, this is nothing but a photo op.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty accurate.
And I'm trying to see where these 325,000 kids, 320, commented on more than 320,000 children that Biden-Harris regime has lost. An August report from the Homeland Security Office of the Inspector General admits that over 320,000 unaccompanied migrant children were lost track of and are considered at higher risk for trafficking, exploitation, or forced labor.
That's no small number.
291,000 of those children were never issued notices to appear or placed into removal proceedings. 32,000 children failed to appear on their court dates and are now missing. That's what that's about.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so
That's that's a ton. Good grief. Talk about seriously messing up, guys.
gotta untangle my earbuds here.
Oh, do your earbuds be tangly?
My earbuds.
Get some mane and tail shampoo. Perfect to make
Stop
your
it.
earbuds.
It's funny for growth. We actually used that back in the 80s for hair growth. Oh, I don't
Use
think
it
that's the
now.
right one. I'm
Use,
sure it's not.
use it now to untangle your headset. Because that's what we do. Sometimes. Oh my gosh.
What in the...
Apparently, the mane and tail shampoo didn't work on his earbuds.
Oh, no. Because, oh, I see what happened.
Oh?
My little thingy came off.
Oh.
I hate it when my thingy comes off.
That's a terrible problem to have, my friend.
That's what... Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
No, really, baby, it's not mine.
Really, bye-bye. Hey, now it fits.
Oh,
All right.
there you go.
Let's turn that on, shall we? Oh, my goodness. Whatever, well, we do. Anyways. Good morning, Phil. I see you're still in the old place.
Yes, I actually moved the first week of November, and and it's a basement apartment, so I'm moving into a bunker.
Well, at least you don't have to rake leaves, mow grass, anything like that anymore.
Nope, nope, that's a good thing. And it's right in the middle of Midland, Ontario, and I'm like 5-10 minutes away from all my friends and that in that area. So, and it
Perfect.
was it's shopping's not that far instead of having to go to Timbuktu to go grocery shopping here. So, and that I like this place, but I'd rather be right in the middle of the town, right? So
Sure.
it's yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I may not be on with you guys for the first week of November because I got to get everything set back up and that. So
Sure.
I'll try my best to get everything set up in time, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll know if you disappear, you were taken to a Trudeau redoctrination clinic.
If you ask me, he's nothing but the biggest hoser there is in Canada right now.
Ooh, okay, let's get into it right
Yeah,
now.
let's go.
What's going on in the Great White North, Phil?
Well, the last couple of weeks, when September 16th, there was two by-elections happening, one in Montreal and one in Winnipeg, I think it was, or Alberta.
Mhm.
And Trudeau lost a stronghold in Montreal. It's apparently been a liberal stronghold for like decades, like 30, maybe even longer than that, years. And it's all now the entire province of Quebec is Bloc Québécois. So, which is like basically it's saying the Quebec Party. So
Mm.
they have complete control, which is also a lot of rumors going around now that they have complete control of Quebec. They're probably going to be looking at doing another referendum in the next year or so, and which is no problem. We had that back in the 80s, I believe, and it was they lost by a very slim margin, but hey, all Quebec federal um, members just think about Quebec. They don't give a damn about the rest of Canada, only Quebec, and try to get as much money as they can from the federal government. And that so, and the other one was won by Jagmeet Singh's party, the NDP. And I got something interesting to tell you guys. Is remember there a couple weeks ago I told you that Jagmeet Singh has tore up the agreement with Trudeau, about um, supporting the Liberal Party and that to to keep him in power. Well, it turns out Jagmeet lied. He didn't even tear it up. He just did that to get enough votes to win the by-election out west there. So, how can you trust a party leader like that who's going to lie just to get votes, and because that way it keeps him
Don't they
in
all?
power? Yeah, I know, right?
Don't they all lie to you to
But
get votes?
oh, absolutely. You got to take listen to what they say, and hopefully there is a little bit of truth of what they say they'll do. And take the party of the lesser evils, and that
Ugh.
all all politicians are
Look,
crooks right across
there's
the world,
only
right?
there's only one party that is going to, and it's not about lesser evils. That's one of the worst things I ever hear out there.
True.
Hmm.
There's only one party that is ever for the people. Anything
Yeah,
liberal is for themselves. Anything
yeah,
conservative is for the people. Plain and simple.
yeah, yeah. And that's Pierre Polly of the Progressive Conservatives, which I know you say is like an oxymoron, right? So,
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, it's just insane. And was it this week in Parliament they tried to hold another non-confidence vote pushed forward by the Progressive Conservatives, Pierre Poilievre's group, and it turned out that they lost because the Bloc Québécois and the NDP voted with the Liberals to not have a non-confidence vote, because if they did lose the non-confidence vote, that would mean that we'd be having an election. But all honestly, from what I'm seeing, there's still a strong, slim chance that we will have an early election, because the Liberal Party, NDP Party, they're just falling apart. You can see them slowly crumbling, and they're just struggling to stay afloat. And on top of that is you guys had Trudeau in the States this week. Apparently he was on the Colbert show talking there. Was it Monday or Tuesday, I
I'm
think, or
not
something like
surprised.
that?
Colbert is one of the biggest liberals out there on TV.
Yep, yep. And apparently what was going on is that there was a big UN meeting, I think it was. Apparently they had a vote on something, given the was it the health ministers or whoever in all the provinces or all the countries more powers. So if like the WHO says, there's a medical another pandemic or something, it gives these health ministers to implement some more stricter rules or whatever. But
Yeah.
I can't really see that happen, because like here in Canada, like I said before, you're going to probably see majority of the Canadians just tell them to take off. Take off, you hoser.
Exactly.
So, and like and I can't really see that they can do that, because I'm pretty sure in the States and here that the Supreme Court would step in and say, that that is against our Constitution. You cannot do that. So,
Yeah.
uh,
The You have to maintain independent sovereignty, and the UN certainly does not have that.
no, no, and they're a joke, anyways. Like they just take our money,
Yeah.
and and all they do is they're supposed to be peacekeepers, but they seem to be trying to start wars more than anything. So,
For the vast majority, I think that's pretty accurate.
yeah. And then on top of that, though, is on the American side, I've been following a lot of the stuff that's been happening there in the American side. Um, was it seems kind of interesting. We were talking about how the guy, the leader of the ICE immigration, was at that hearing or whatever, and he admitted that the Biden and Harris government told them to lie and fudge the numbers or whatever so that they don't seem as high as they are.
Yes.
And it seems very interesting. Right around that time, that's when the P. Diddy thing happened, and the mayor of New York happened. So they're basically trying to make that the number one news thing instead of what the ICE guy was telling Congress or whatever, the hearing and that. So, and I just think it's like you said though, is that the Democrats, as soon as you start to speak against the Democrats, all of a sudden they have all this stuff to get you out of power or eliminate you more or less
Uh-huh.
in one way or another. And the other thing, what I thought was interesting, and there's been hardly any talk about it, is supposedly, like that attempted assassination attempt in Mar-a-Lago or wherever it was in Florida with Trump. The was it the Attorney General of Florida or whatever is saying that it's not an assassination attempt. They're basically going more with the
So that was the
attempted murder.
so that's the Attorney General of the U.S., Merrick Garland, who's saying it's not an
Yeah,
assassination attempt. The Attorney General of Florida, along with the governor, says no, this is an assassination attempt.
yeah,
So pay attention.
yeah. And it's just like how that's been in the news. It only lasted maybe one news cycle, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't appear anymore, more or less, right? So,
Yes. And I thought that was very interesting. The more you find out about the background of that attempted shooter, the more you
mhm.
find out he was involved in some hardcore lefty crap.
Oh
We
yeah,
we were talking. They were like, "Well, he only had $60 in his bank account." Well, that's
Mm-mm.
correct for his U.S. bank account. What's in the
hmm
other six that the DOJ discovered that are all offshore?
Well, what I thought was interesting, how on that letter somehow or another appeared stating that to pay someone $100,000 to attempt to
To
or
finish the
to
job.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I thought that was very
I
interesting,
thought
and
that was creepy as crap.
yeah, and BlackRock is probably behind it, or Soros is behind it all. And the other thing I thought was
Follow the
interesting
money.
is yeah, that came out. I've been following on TikTok. I guess you've heard of Candace Owens.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And apparently, she's been taking a deep dive down the rabbit hole about Kamala's biography or whatever it is. And
Yes.
apparently, a lot of discrepancies have been coming out about that, saying that her grandmother or great grandmother passed away like 4 years before she was
Yes.
born, but apparently there's pictures in this book showing her
Yes.
claiming that this is my grandmother, me and my grandmother, and all that. And also, uh, her father uh, or grandfather, is that they can't find any proof of this,
No.
whatever his name is or whatever. No pictures, anything really. It's just very interesting, and she's been bringing a lot of that forward. And apparently, she's had a couple of threats against her because of doing this and all that. So,
Yeah. Well,
and that, mm.
Not
But
that's what
surprised.
happens when you point out the truth.
I know and it's just so interesting how everything, if you bring up something about the Democrat Party or a Democrat, how quickly they try to hide it or erase it, or you know
Indeed.
go after the person to like you losing lawfare
Yeah.
or
Right.
warfare or whatever it is, right? So, and they they're they're desperate, they're grasping, you can see it, and that. So,
Phil,
and
tell
like you
everybody
were
where they can get your stuff.
Absolutely. You can get my stuff on Facebook at Original Crow Feather Heel and Crystal Jewelry. I have pictures and videos there of some of the stuff I made, some of the vending events I've been to, and you can also find me on Instagram at Chief Crow Feather, and I have the same videos and pictures on there as well. And you can find me on Messenger if you want to message me, and you can also find me down where you all are, is at was a Country State Design and Common Ground.
That's
That is
it.
correct. Phil Mallon, our
All right.
Canadian correspondent, coming to us from the great white and beautiful North, the land of new communism and Justin Trudeau. We hope that you will avoid the bunker for a little while longer. We appreciate it,
Yeah.
Phil. Thank you so
All
much
right,
for joining
great.
us, buddy.
Take care, everyone. Stay grounded.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I would have liked to have spoke a little longer with him, but again, the show's going off at 10:30 today, and we
Very.
still need to talk about a few of our sponsors before we
Oh,
take off. See what I did there?
that's pretty good.
That was unintentional.
Oh, well, that was good unintentional for sure.
Sure.
No question about it. So it's becoming fall time, and you know
It is.
the leaves are falling, and
Tar.
that means something to somebody, I guess. Anyway, and you might need some retaining walls built or some new shrubberies planted for the fall season, your leaves raked, all of those kind of things. Then you should reach out to Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping.
If Tennessee would have had retaining walls built by Blue Line Lawn Care Landscaping,
They
not have
might
flooded
not
so
have had
bad.
to carry out a rescue on a hospital.
Yeah. Sorry, had to.
So if you want to find them, look on Facebook, go find Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping. Send them a message. They do free quotes. Show them the 4,000 oak trees you have around your house and all the leaves you need raked. They will be thrilled to come out and take care of that for you. Without a doubt, check them out. When you get done there, maybe you own a business or a car or a boat or a house or, I don't know, a massage parlor, a pizza place,
Whiskey distillery?
whiskey distillery, whatever, then you should go over and see our friends at Safe Harbor Insurance Winfield. They are insurance brokers, and unlike a lot of insurance places, they aren't bound to one company. They have over 20 different companies that they use, and that means that they can get you a great policy with a great price. So be sure to check them out. I can't see their number, but I'm sure it's on here somewhere. If you want to check them out, then find them on Facebook at Safe Harbor Insurance Winfield, and you can see them. Oh, there it
636
is.
578 7426.
Well, that's amazing. That's what we look like. How cool.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Now, we are going to head down to the gun shop and go sell some guns and stuff today. So why don't you come by and see me at 203 Main Street, Black Flag Outfitters. We've got some fishing stuff. We still got bait. It's still a great time to go fishing, bow fishing. We've got guns, ammo, and all kinds of fantastic stuff. And you can follow us on Facebook at Black Flag Outfitters and see what our daily deal is going to be. I will post that up soon. I will give you a hint what I'm posting today the Democrats hate. And it will be on sale. And it's in 308. And if you're interested, you should come by and see me. Because we're going to be hanging out down there today. And, well, it'll be a good old time. We're going to drink some coffee and hang out at Black Flag. So come down, come see us. It'll be a fantastic time.
Coffee. Apple fritter. Guns.
It's like all your favorite things.
I know, right? The smell of coffee and gunpowder.
I mean, yeah.
And when you put gunpowder in my coffee, even better.
Does that make you way happier? Yeah.
You gotta put gunpowder in the coffee and the rum.
He turns into a dragon. It's kind of weird.
No.
I don't ask questions anymore. I'm just here for the ride.
Join us November 5th.
Yeah.
For a live election coverage. Dodd and I will begin that coverage at 4 o'clock. live. We'll leave the stream going. We'll take a little break from about 5 to 6. At 6 o'clock, we will be joined by the KYRO crew over there, and we'll all be bringing you some great coverage again. If you'd like to be a part of that and you'd like to sponsor and help bring that to the people, please get a hold of Dodd or I. You can get a hold of us either on Facebook or you can email us info@travelingeastproductions.com. Pretty simple. KYRO, John and Sarge, I believe, will be over there.
Yep.
And they'll be covering the state and local stuff, while Dodd and Jen and I will be taking care of the national. This is going to be a big one, so it's pretty important. And we plan on going until we just can't go anymore.
Yes, we do.
Until they pull the same crap they did 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, we will be here with you, being fed by our great friends over at Trax Pizza, as always, because, gosh, we sure love it.
Yeah, we do.
And there you have that. Whew. Last words, my friend. Got about a minute 10.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot for this week for some last words. I would say get out and enjoy the cool fall weather.
Yeah.
Have some fun. It's going to be a beautiful day today. And pay attention to some of your local stuff that is coming up on your ballots.
Yeah.
Also, you need to go research the Missouri Supreme Court and see who is up for election, because you have several that are up in November that are kind of hardcore lefties. Go take a look and see how they voted and determine if you want to vote for them or you want to vote not to retain them and get some new people in the Missouri Supreme Court. Just a thought, those races always get looked over. Nobody really votes on them, but you might take some time to go check them out and see what's up. That is all I've got. CT, send them home.
Hey, thanks for joining us here on Morning Java. You can see us every Saturday morning right here, 9 o'clock a.m. on the Rumble, the YouTube, the Facebook, also over on KYRO, 1280 a.m., 105.3 FM. I'm CT. He is Dodd. Stay awake, not woke.